This is a homage.
Oh, it's that time again. It's 2K Kingslayer, aka 2KK, back here in the 2K film room after a little hiatus. We are back, baby. And today we're going to be going over the Horns Set Freelance. That's the one that you guys voted on in my community tab. And we're going to be throwing in some Lakers money plays that pair really well with this freelance. But first, let's look at the agenda for today. So we're going to start off by, demonstrating in the 2KU Scrimmage Mode how this freelance and these money plays work. Then we're going to show an online gameplay demonstration, just to show that these do work against human beings. And then we're going to end things off with the post-game show, where I talk to you guys about these sets and various other important things. So let's jump into 2K Scrimmage Mode. First and foremost, in case you forgot, to call a freelance, you're going to start by tapping right on the D-pad. You're going to tap L1 to select freelance sets, and then you're going to scroll with L2 and R2. Okay, so let's start off with this first option of the Horns Set Freelance. Going to start in the high post there, and you're going to see the point guard is going to come down, set a screen for LeBron James. He's going to come up and knock down the open three-pointer. So that's one option. Let's see what else you could do with this freelance. Here is option number 2. So this time we're going to get it into the high post again. Screen is set in the corner, but that time we're going to kind of use that screen as a distraction and just take it in the post right there. You got nice post spin position with the setup because there's nobody there on the low block. So that's another option that you can run with this Horns Set Freelance. Here's a third option. That time, if you don't pass it off, the man from the corner is going to come up off of a screen from the guy that's on the elbow. So again, this time we forego the screens. It's going to be a screen down to the man in the corner. He comes up and Lonzo Ball, bada bing, from downtown. We're not done yet with the Horns Set Freelance options. Here's another one. This is actually just the perfect pick and roll or pick and fade spacing. So take a look at the position where LeBron starts off. You're going to start on that wing there. Doesn't matter if it's left or right. And then the guy who you're always going to call for the screen is the guy that's on the opposite elbow. And you're always going to call the screen to be on the baseline side. See that? And that's going to give you the perfect spacing for pick and rolls within the Horns set. Okay, so let's move on here to our first money play within this scheme. This is called Quick Horn Split. Gonna get it to the elbow here. Kyle Kuzma with the ball. There's gonna be a screen set on the other side and Lonzo Ball from downtown. Let's run it back one more time. Kyle Kuzma on the elbow here, and you can see the setup, it's a horn setup, so the formation is exactly the same as that freelance, and that's why it pairs perfectly with that freelance. And Lonzo Ball, bada bing, from downtown. All right, here's another option of that same money play, Quick Horn Split. So we're going to start off, as always, by getting it into the high post here. We get it to Kuzma this time. Now we get it to Lonzo, but he's not open, so JaVale is going to come up, set a screen, and you've got that little pick and roll option. JaVale, throw it down, big man. JaVale, no Shaqtin' a Fool here. He's been excellent this year, actually. So one more time, high post. There's that down screen. We find Lonzo Ball right into the pick and roll option. JaVale too deep there, and nothing that Tristan Thompson can do about that one. Yamming it on him. All right, so let's show now another option. Again, same money play, Quick Horn Split. So we're going to get it to the high post once again, Kyle Kuzma. We do not pass it to Lonzo that time, but LeBron comes around and we call for a manual screen. So let's show that one once again. Lonzo here, high post. We ignore Lonzo. LeBron comes around once he's at the top, manual screen by holding triangle and pointing it to him, and he yams it on him. LeBron James, mad as hell. Okay, and we've got one more option out of this particular money play. So we start in the high post again. And that time, we get a back cut. So here's how this is going to work. High post, you're going to see Josh Hart comes around. Now we're going to point to Josh Hart, hold triangle, and get a back cut to catch our opponents off guard. Okay, so on to another money play. Hopefully you guys are following me. If not, you can rewind this video. I know this is a lot of information packed into one, but this one is called Fist for 1 Horns. Get that double screen option there. Inside the finish. So let's run that back again. Again, it's called Fist 1 for Horns. And this first option is going to involve doing nothing. So we're not going to make that initial pass. We're just going to move to the wing here, and then we're going to get double screens overloading one side. We get inside Josh Hart to Kuzma and the finish. So that's our first option with Fist for 1 Horns. Let's go to the second option of this money play. We find LeBron. He gets that screen there, takes advantage, finish inside. Nice and easy. So we get that screen at the elbow from Kyle Kuzma. A little clunky, but we're going to show you guys with the online gameplay later why that's useful. And then finally, we're going to move on here to our final option. We get the screen, we reject the screen, and that's the option that's really deadly. Bang, Braun. Throwing it down on him. Bada, boom. And that will conclude our 2KU scrimmage mode. Now, I know that was a lot of information, but we're going to jump now into the online gameplay demonstration. This is a play now online game against another human being, just to show y'all that this stuff does work. So we win the tip-off, and right off the bat, we're going to call that Horns Set Freelance. So right here, within the Horns Set spacing, we're going to find Michael Beasley at the elbow. We're just going to be patient, and we got baseline. So that's always your first option within the Horns spacing, because like I said earlier, that low block is going to be open 100% of the time within this spacing. So you're always looking to go baseline. Okay, now we're going to run one of our money plays, Fist for 1 Horns. And what I say about baseline from that one, LeBron James with the reverse layup. Okay, that time we made a bad read. We made a very bad read. I don't know what happened, but every once in a while I like to remind you guys that I make mistakes, all right? I make mistakes too, we all do. But we're going to go now into Fist for 1 Horns. We get the screen. We move against the screen, and one hoop and the harm. LeBron James, baby, with the headband and all. So 152 remaining in the half here. And remember what I told you guys about the perfect pick and roll spacing within this freelance? Outside, always going baseline. And you're calling it for the man from the opposite elbow. Okay? Now to that other money play, quick horn split. We find Kyle Kuzma from downtown. Bada! Bing! Green light. Ensuing possession. We're going to run it back. If something works, do it until they figure out how to stop it. We find LeBron. Kuzma's open again. Bada! Bing! ×2. Deja vu, baby. And at the half, we have a nice little lead there, 33-25, 8 points. And you can see we're shooting really well, 67%, 10 assists already. Lonzo Ball actually leading the way with 8 points. So we move into the second half. You can see LeBron getting inside off of that spacing. We pass the ball around, reset here. And remember, always baseline on those pick and rolls. We're patient with it. This time we actually go pick and fade. And Kuzma's been the man from downtown today. So we're just going to ride that out. When you find a weakness, expose it. This time in transition, Josh Hart to LeBron James. Off the alley-oop. 2:40 left to go here in the third. We forego the initial pass there. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope drills it from downtown off of that Horns Set Freelance. So back to the money play again. Fist for 1 Horns. Rejecting the screen and going baseline has been working, and it works again. We get another foul off of that one. So drawing a lot of fouls. And you guys can see why attacking baseline is so deadly. They tried to double team me there, so we abort mission and find it inside to JaVale McGee. Back to quick horn split, the money play here, and they were for a second double teaming me, so we aborted mission. We find Lonzo Ball, the floater, to put it away. That will do it. And in garbage time, the game was over at that point, but we got we got a little sloppy. We let it get cut to 2, but the game was over at that point. So we get the victory. And let's take a look at the box score as well as the team comparison here. So Kyle Kuzma was our high man. He actually had 3 3-pointers off of this one. Lonzo Ball, 2 for 2. He shot 100%. Only 12 points, but he shot 100%. He got 2 blocks somehow. And Braun with 10 and 8. So almost a double-double. Looking at the team comparison here, you can see bench points and assists. I always point that out as the markers of a winning game. And we won both of those categories. You could also see we shot 61% field goals and 7 for 14. That's 50% from 3-point range. So yeah, fun little game against the Rockets, but let's jump into the post-game show here. So just to give my final thoughts on this freelance, I talked about it last year. This is definitely not my favorite freelance in the game. It is useful. It's useful for getting the baseline open, so if you have a guy like LeBron James that can really attack the rim, or a Giannis Antetokounmpo, for example, this might be a really good set or formation to use. Also works really well if you have 2 big men that can attack the basket. So yeah, for specific situations, I like it a lot. And yeah, you can run this little scheme with the Lakers. You'll get a good amount of wins with it. So as part of this new post-game show segment that I'm trying to do here, I'm going to take a minute or 2 usually after every video to kind of just chat with you guys. So first and foremost, if this was helpful to you, hit the like button and the subscribe button. It really helps me out a lot. I know I say that every time, but it really does. A quick change to this video that I wanted to point out to you guys was that I commentated a game that I played online here as opposed to doing the gameplay mixtapes that I was doing in the last few tutorials. And there's a reason for that, which is number 1, it's just easier for me in terms of amount of time that it takes to make one video to just do it that way. But number 2, the mixtapes are not going to be gone. What I'm going to do is start creating, hopefully once a month or so, is putting together what I'm going to call beautiful basketball mixtapes. And it's going to include footage from all sorts of different games, different schemes. And yeah, it's just going to be to promote sim basketball, which as always is what I'm trying to do with this channel. So yeah, if you guys noticed a change in format today, that's why. That's my plan for the future. So let me know what you guys think about it. I think I'm going to be going over 2-man action freelance next time, because that was the second most popular freelance that you guys had asked me to do when I posted in my community tab. So yeah, 2-man action freelance up next, hopefully with some money plays mixed in. And yeah, like button, subscribe button. Appreciate you guys watching, and until next time, happy gaming, y'all.